Oh, hey, Kelly. It's finally time. Starting your reading right at the time that you were born. I have never done that for somebody. Also, just randomly, like, girl, I still have all of AJ's birthday stuff, like, sitting on my table. Not even gonna lie. Look. Happy birthday to you. Yes, fringes, everything. I want to start by clearing your energy. Oddly enough, I picked up a stone for you, which I haven't done that in a very long time for anybody. And it's black onyx. And the one that I have has like a worry thumbprint on it, like a worry stone, basically. You need one, all right? I feel like it's gonna help you. I feel like black onyx is important for you. I'm not one of those crazy stone girls that knows everything about stones, and I didn't have time to research it for you. I do know that it's protective. I mean, yeah. Research what it's used for. I don't know why it applies to you, but it does. And then I wanted to use this sage bundle. It's called Sage and Protect, and it has black tourmaline on it, all right? So black stones, I don't know why, are in the forecast for you. I don't know. I feel like those will help you. You need to be working with those. They're very protective things. I also want to just tell you, when I looked at your birth chart, it's crazy, but it's like, everyone's birth chart is crazy. I find them all very interesting. Yours, you are going through a lot of like long-term, very uncomfortable aspects right now. I am going to go through some of those with you. I want you to download with the software that I'm using, the app that I'm using. It's free, all right? It's called Time Passages. It'll have all of this information for you, all right? That you can reference it all, because it's gonna be a lot, and there's a lot of specific dates. So you don't have to like write this all down. Download that app, all right? It is free, like I said. Enter all your stuff in. I use whole sign calculation for my readings, okay? So that's how you can follow along. I do recommend doing that before we start the reading. Also, when I do these readings, I don't ever use tarot for them, all right? They're birth chart readings. They're not tarot readings. But I wanted to start by just pulling you a Slavic, as I call it, because it is your birthday. I also wanted to tell you, I don't know why I had to clear your energy so much, but there's a lady on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. She's not a lady, she's a singer, pop singer. Her name is Queen Herbie. She's got this little poppy song that I kept hearing on TikTok. It's like a viral sound. It's like, seriously, like, have you seen my silhouette? She is giving main character energy. Yeah, but that's not what I wanted you to look at it for. She does these weird clearings, all right? And I am so drawn to them. I don't know why. Every time I see one, I stop. And she like just talks to you, and she's like pulling at the screen, and it feels like she's pulling your energy out and all the bad vibes. Go watch her. And I feel like you need to like do that. I don't know why. Like, it helps me. Something about your crown chakra also was coming through. I also I'm going to send you a separate video whenever I get around to it. So many things were coming out for your reading, which is why it took me so long to get to it. And now I know why. Right before I started your reading, I saw a bunch of crazy stars aligned in my backyard. I'm like watching my friend's dog right now. And I saw all these like crazy stars that were aligning through these trees. And it looked like eyes lighting up a skull, like through the trees where the leaves were spaced. So I looked up all those stars for you and what they were. It had to do with Taurus energy. It had to do with the Pleiades, I forget. I'll get to that in another one. That's a whole other thing. I'm using the Tarot of Mystical Moments for you, all right? I saw this deck randomly on Minnow Pond Tarot today, which is not a channel that I usually watch. I don't really watch a lot of tarot, to be honest with you. But maybe you should go check out his readings. There might be something there for you. I just wanted to start by pulling a Celtic, which I call a Slavic, because I don't read it the same. Because you're going through a lot, all right? Your birth chart is very complicated right now. You're going through a lot of the same kind of transits that I am, that have lasted from basically like 2020 till they're going to stop, though. I want to tell you that. All right. In the beginning to the middle of 2023 is when things start easing up. So you need to ride it out. You also have a lot of septiles in your birth chart. To me, I'm not an astrologer, and I always tell people that I'm an intuitive, all right? When I see septiles in a birth chart, which is not an aspect that people talk about a lot, they to me indicate things that you really need to pay attention to. A lot of times they indicate psychic gifts or past life karma. I feel like they're very karmic, and I feel like they're very spiritual. You have a lot of them, like a lot. Like, I mean, it's rare to have any. I have a ton in mine, all right? Quintiles, septiles, weird aspects like that. When I see those in a birth chart, people have a complicated life or a complex life or a highly spiritually driven life to some extent. It's either filled with lots and lots of trauma and healing and trauma and healing and trauma and healing, or just a lot of uncertainty and a lot of things that feel like it's just like karma and fortune and fate, like pushing you in certain directions. I feel like people who have a lot of those aspects in their chart have a purpose on the earth that they're supposed to fulfill. And the universe really wants this fulfilled in this lifetime. So this person is going to meet violent or very confusing or unfair seeming ends and swiftly, all right, a lot of times, if they're not moving in the direction of the path that they need to be on. And you do have a lot of those, all right? All right, let me get your general energy. I want 3 more. And I am probably going to split this video up into several so that it doesn't take forever to upload. Because, God, Mercury retrograde has been super slow. And I think that was more than 3, but I don't care. Oh no, it doesn't feel right yet. Doesn't feel right yet. That was the other thing to just initially with your birth chart. Like your first house, you know, what is it? I'm trying to remember. I'll get into that in a second. It's the way that your chart is ruled. Oh yeah, your water houses, all right, which is like 4th, 8th, and 12th, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, are ruled by fire, all right, which is a little confusing, makes emotions like boil up or simmer out. You know, birth charts go one of 2 ways, extreme left, extreme right. You know, it's like you have to pay attention and figure out how to balance that. Your water houses are ruled by fire, and then your fire houses, where you're supposed to be taking action and where, you know, you get your drive, are ruled by air, which shows like a lot of, you know, overthinking, I want to say, you know, and like, you know, no, wait, they're ruled by earth. Yeah, no movement. You're like Wands energy is like, I gotta look at your chart. Hold on, because this was important. Girl, I do so many damn readings, I can't keep it straight. And I do have your birth chart. I had to wait till my son was asleep so I could actually wrestle his iPad away from him so that I could have a second screen to like show you, because I'm technologically challenged and I have no idea how to like make a screen like appear on, you know? Okay, yeah, so your 4th house, that's like the house of the mother. Yeah. Okay, so first house, yeah, the house of self, the first house, which is supposed to be Aries. What drives you, what makes you like have all your ambition, things like that. Yours is all ruled by earth energy, which is very fixed and very like not liking change, not, you know, wanting to take initiative or being very, you know, stubborn. And then your houses that deal with things that play out in the real world, like your 2nd house, all right? And then your 10th house, your career, and then your 7th house, like your actual relationships. Those are all in air signs, which is like really shitty, because that's the energy that goes back and forth and is very indecisive and is very like overly critical, overly analytical. It's not ruled by emotion and by passion. It's ruled by logic and, you know, rational thinking, which is not great for those areas of life. And then your, like I said, your water houses are ruled by fire. And then your fire houses are ruled by water, all right? Like snuffing out having your emotions override your true intentions, like either getting overly emotional about things, you know, and dousing it out or adding fuel to the fire, or, you know, just not being able to have the drive that you need. All right, let's pull your energy. Ooh, love that. King of Pentacles in the middle of everything. These cards are so beautiful, and it's upright. I love that so much. And look, the kings are all queens in this deck, so there's that. Crossing you right now, the Four of Cups. That figures. There's that art right there. Recent past, Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Lots of earth energy showing up for you. You have the Magician in the reverse on your mind. This is this energy of these long-term transits. Because when I see major arcana, you know, when I'm doing a birth chart reading, I have to relate that to like major long-term influences. That's what this energy is. Three of Wands in the reverse in the near future. Rapunzel energy. You have the Page of Wands in the reverse in your control. Outside energy is the King of Pentacles. Wow. You might have met your match already. Oh my God, look at this person staring at her. Look, you got both kings. That's crazy. Also, I skipped a card. I skipped a fucking card. This is supposed to go here. This is in your control. Four of Swords. There we go for the outside energy. That makes more sense. That's all that air energy with the relationships and things like that, the uncertainty. King of Wands, you got three kings. And they're all showing up as personal to you. And you got the Ten of Swords in the reverse. I love that card so much. Bottom of your deck is the Death card in the reverse. You feel like you're never getting out of this cycle. You feel like no matter what you try, all right, it fails. You feel like no matter, you know, what fucking spell, whatever, chant, whatever, mantra, whatever, class, whatever, job, whatever, relationship, every time you try to involve yourself in something, it's failing. You're starting to become colder inside. Like you're starting to become more set in your ways. You're starting to become like, almost like throwing in the towel here, like kind of just waiting to see what happens. I do see you detaching from a lot of things in the past year. There's still, I feel like, pride was allowing you to stay in situations that you should not have been in, all right? Because some people did not see your worth. They didn't see your value. There was very clear offers. There was very, you know, clear talks about very emotional things. And they weren't recognized with this Four of Cups. It's like somebody just didn't want to hear it. They didn't see the value of what was being offered. They did not, you know, think that this was something they should be in. This is your pride wanting you to prove to them that they're wrong. This can play out, you know, in many different ways with relationships, with parents, with whatever. But this is like not getting, you know, somebody not seeing you for who you really are, and you don't understand why. So you're trying to make them see the true you, but it just keeps coming across wrong. This Page of Wands in the reverse here, this is that fire energy that like overboils the water. Subconsciously, it's like there's a lot of things that are either about to explode if you don't say them, or you fear saying certain things like that because you've been rejected in the past or taken the wrong way. There's a large, very large cycle, all right? You do have a lot of, not a lot, you have, what majors do you have? You got the Death card, you've got the Magician. You don't have any other majors. That's fine. That's just a problem of you not calling in the right things, or you know, giving up on certain things, or just needing to tweak it slightly. The Ten of Swords in reverse. This shows me like we've been here before. We've done this before. You got Death and the Ten of Swords, both showing up as being resistant. I feel like this Rapunzel energy, this is, I just got a big, you're not playing the victim anymore. Because you're realizing that this is, I just got me, myself, and I, all I got in the end. When I found out, I forget who sings that song. You're showing us the queen, the feminine king of pentacles in the center of everything, and then you're the masculine king in your control. This is you That literally, all right, and this is beautiful the way this came out. I'm so glad I caught that I missed that card. Because this is you balancing the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And when you do that, you're then the emperor and the empress, all right? And then you're the high priestess and the hierophant. And then you're the world card, all right? The world card is actually the embodiment of all of these people in the tarot, all right? The world card is everything. It's the universe, basically. You're so close to unlocking something. You're being tested, though. You have a lot of uncomfortable Pluto, Neptunian transits going on that are very confusing, all right? So we're going to get to that. Energy in the outside that's affecting you, this is people just doing nothing. It's people not showing their hand. It's people not moving past, betrayal. It's people not making their intentions clear. It's waiting on information. It's no cooperation. It's somebody's doing this, all right? Like they're sleeping. It's also moon energy that they show on this card, which is not usually on that card. This card, look, I'm trying to cut my hair off. What do you think? I literally almost cut all my hair off today, and I'm thinking about doing it. Having a very Scorpio moon moment. Plus the lady that did my hair did my layers so bad, and it looks like a mullet. Child, I'm sorry, distraction. This is an air sign card. There's not usually anything relating to emotions on it, but this one does. It's a moon, all right? Also, they're holding this feather here like they know the truth, but it's like a ghost of the truth. Like they won't express the truth. It's like you know that there's a lot of people that are withholding information. I feel like you're waiting on that to happen. You show up as a third king, all right? I just got we three kings. You show up as a third king, which is the one I was talking about, the action, and how your houses are ruled by, signs and energies that don't like to take action usually. They are very set in their ways. They don't like change. The King of Wands loves change. He loves adventure. He loves to march to the beat of a different drummer, all right? There's like part of you that really wants to do that. Like this is a hope and a fear. You're dying to do this shit, but at the same time, you're terrified to do that shit. You're terrified to go off in another direction and be like completely weird. Underneath death, you've got Queen of Swords in the reverse with the Seven of Swords in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. Jesus, that's all meant. This is all mental with you. All right. You are a Libra. So that is a lot of air energy showing up. You need to get more grounded, all right? Where are your earth sign placements? I need to give you advice on that. Planets. All right, your moon, you're a Taurus moon, that's why. This is getting control of your emotions, all right? This is you balancing that masculine need for validation and attention and to be noticed and to get your way with the feminine, ability to be calm and be centered and be grounded and be zen. It's being the protector and the provider, and also being like the nurturer and the Empress energy that Taurus gives. This is beautiful, and I'm really happy about that, all right? Your Venus is in Leo and your Jupiter is in Aries. Jupiter is right on the cusp of Aries and Pisces right now, so I feel like you should be getting some luck out of that. It's like retrograding and doing weird things. Check out the Pisces, Aries, Jupiter transit dates. I feel like that might be pertinent to you. You don't have a lot of Scorpio. Oh, your North Node is Scorpio, that's right. I don't get super into North Node and all that stuff here because this is a Sabian symbol reading, so I'm going to get more into those, but I have to talk about your aspects, and it's your birthday, so I just want to do extra shit. This, all right, this is all in your head. These are all things people have put into your head, like literally, look at that. Those are swords, all right? Those are aces of swords. Those are people's opinions. Those are people's thoughts. And why do I see this card poking out at me? Right here is my Mermaid Tarot. Five of Swords is sitting there, and look at that guy with the sword. It looks like all of these swords that are going into your head. Five of Swords energy is ugly. That's people doing shit out of jealousy, out of spite, out of childishness. People said things and did things to you, or you took them in that way, or you perceived them to be true in a very immature way, or in a way that was in the self-sabotaging way. You cannot take those things to be true. all right? And I don't feel like you fixate on that or necessarily believe that or like live your life, you know, feeling like you're this huge failure. But I do feel like there's this tendency to not want to correct those people, or there's a lot of anger that's like not expressed for those things, all right? Because you come off super chill, all right? I have owed you a reading for the longest time, and there's people that just booked like 2 or 3 days ago who have been so damn hyper, and you have been so chill, and I really appreciate that. Because I am telling you, I am going through it. I'm actually like a all the way single mom. And like there is no help down here. I live in the middle of nowhere outside of Savannah and like the sticks. All right, so I'm going to stop your general reading there, and now I'm going to get into your birth chart one. All right. Oh, that was almost 20 minutes on the dot. Yes.